Hi everybody. Welcome to welcome to Missy Jenn, my special guest here on the Rosie O'Kelly channel today. And guess what? You've been here for over 3 months now on the Rancho. Are you ready to move back to? I have to ask her first. Are you ready to move back? Did you secretly buy your ticket? Do you, dear Rosie, I come home with dear Rosie note on the door. Dear Rosie. Life is a constant swirl in this place. There's always something going on here. So. Serious though. It's been 3 months, and I think people have been curious. I've had a couple of people write me this week and say, 3 months since Jenn's been out there. How are you liking it out here on the rancho? Do you feel like it's home here?
It's home, yeah. It's home, and I feel good. I feel good being here around some.
Any highlights of the first 3 months since you've been here, or anything particularly standing out? Stuff we've done, or places we've gone, or
We went out to the ocean, the Dago Bay, and actually, what really made that trip special was we went to the restaurant in the Dago Bay, and I got attacked by a bird. So that was really making that trip.
Yeah, Rosie's not going to believe me, but I have it on video to prove that
I had it on tape because I was recording it. So
the other great thing about that trip is you walked in the footsteps of Alfred Hitchcock, where they made the birds out there at the Dago Bay. And I thought she was pulling my leg because the birds was filmed there about 50 years ago. At the Dago Bay, and I'm like, really, really want to do this thing? I did. I really did get attacked by a bird. But anything surprised you about California relative to the way you thought? Because when I first talked to you about moving to California, you were a little iffy about the politics and stuff like that. But when you come out of here, at least in the way I saw it in the years I was in, politics is really not front and center here the way it is in a lot of other states. Everybody is really far removed from Sacramento, so you really don't have the sense that I've lived in places like Maryland and Hawaii that people are much more politically tuned in. So how have you thought about California in terms of the people and the way of life?
well, I already heard before from my dad. Came from California, moved to Missouri. They told me that people are more helpful. And of course, Rosie giving me a heads up that people are a lot more friendly. And the thing that really blows me away is when you're a disabled person, people really, really, really jump out of their chairs to help you. Come and ask if you need any help or anything. I mean, I've gone now several places by myself. I've been switching around with my wheelchair. I had people come and help me, and, even pushing me, like if they had a ramp going up to the beach that was really steep.
You don't think it has anything to do with the dress you wear or anything like that, do you?
I was actually just wearing a regular t-shirt and pants, jeans actually. I wasn't. But in general,
yeah, I agree. People will try to be a little more accommodating. You have your usual assortment of assholes if you have any place that you live, but by and large, I've always been pleased with how accepting people are out here. Can you tell, like, the economy and that stuff, if it's a lot more vibrant out here than
there's definitely a lot of business out here. people tend to have money. I see a lot of BMWs and Mercedes, and it was rather funny when I signed up for car insurance here. The lady said, well, let's take this and this amount of money of coverage for in case you run into a Mercedes. Okay.
That's smart. So there's a few of them tooling around because there's a lot of money out here because of high tech, and it's very prevalent out here from the North Bay where we live, north of San Francisco, of course all through the South Bay, San Mateo and Mountain View, Apple, Google, and all down through there. So you still have a lot to see. And next Wednesday, of course, we're going back to the city again because you have your MRIs to be done down there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that money.
That'll give us a chance to see what type of, if any, changes have occurred since the last MRI you had 2012.
So December
Right?
2000.
So that'll be a
Actually,
good
it's
thing.
February 2012, so it's already more than 2 years.
Well, I had hoped that you would come out and you would, because you had a pretty simple life out there in Missouri. You're living on a small property, and then you come out of here and you're like, oh my God, there's so much shit to take. Rosie's really got her hands full. It's only a half acre, but it just feels like sometimes we're on the Ponderosa out here. I think we need a horseback to get around and do the shit that's got to be done. There's a lot of stuff out here, and I have to say you've really been marvelous in doing that. Have you enjoyed getting the feel of this place?
Well, I enjoy taking care of the plants, trees, water everything daily.
It's nice to have a safe place for the dogs, too.
The dogs, they can go out anytime they want to without having to worry about them running out on the street. They got all this to roam. Yeah, you can really just get back here.
How about the noise? Because your place in Missouri and down in Deepwater was extremely quiet. And I know sometimes you say, well, Friday night some asshole will be chasing through in his car and the guy starts up the tractor at 5 a.m. But here you just have constant flow of noise. Was that hard to get used to with ambulances?
Well, when I was living in Germany, it was
Just like this. You always think of Germany as like, no, be quiet.
I've in Germany lived in a city for a long time as well. And I work construction and stuff. And I've been, around the distracted all the time. So to me, I just switched my mindset from being all noisy when I went to Missouri to being quiet. And when I came back here, I came here. I was scared and I was really bored. Now I'm coming back to California.
But you got the garbage dig comes down the alley at 6 a.m. on Wednesday.
Not
I guess they switched up
They switched the hours. They got actually that one trash guy comes in the morning. He doesn't have no beep beep beep, and he's really quiet.
The one used to pound this.
And then the beep 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 one comes actually in the early afternoon. Anyways, the noise, I'm not used to it. I don't even pay attention to it anymore.
So I think, how about your health-wise, being out here and being in a smoke-free environment?
That really
clean air.
really helps a lot. Not being sitting in a smoking environment anymore.
Yeah.
Because smoking, being exposed to smoke actually promotes MS to progress rapidly. So not being exposed to rapidly helps.
Also, we plan on trying to meet some of the local girls here to kind of settle down a little bit. Sort of expanding our circle of friends. Bobby's been wonderful. Navarana. We love Bobby dearly. We haven't seen much of the boss. And Janet, because we're not doing a lot of moonshining right now, because we're deeply engaged in this renovation project now. So it's there's never a dull moment.
There's always something going on.
Rosie's always getting into trouble doing stuff. So I just thought everybody would enjoy the 3-month update. As you know, I'm continuing, just started putting up stuff with, and it's been about a year since we started chooching and sort of talking to each other. July, I think, of last year. Yeah. So it's really a year since I've really known you really well, and it's gone fast. That time, but I have a lot of those adventures to upload and there's going to be more adventures ahead, aren't there? Thanks for being on tonight.
It's been my pleasure.
Thanks, everybody.
I'm gonna murder that dog.